What's up, Banana Bunch? You know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Junglejims podcast. I'm your host, Mark. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing well. I am not. Off to a crazy start. I didn't even expect that cough. That's probably a new bad thing I got to deal with. Let's get a little clerical work out of the way. If you haven't yet, download the Junglejims app. It's available on iPhone and Android devices. You can get app exclusive sales and deals. You're gonna love that. We love a deal. We love a deal. You can. The first time the show has been political at all. Excuse me. But you'll have exclusive deals. By the way, doing these new intros with somebody in the room is way funnier than doing it without someone in the room, because I'm like, oh, it actually is working. And in talking about this, I thought we would dive in. You can try all kinds of fun things. So not only can you get app exclusive savings and deals and all kinds of stuff through the app, you can also listen to the 5 most recent episodes of the podcast, which is very cool. But maybe more importantly to you, you can actually see the weekly ad. And then on every Thursday, you can see the coming week's ad early. Let yourself plan a little bit, okay? So we got that. Of course, I want to encourage you all to come in and play. I've got my pumpkins out on the desk. We've got all kinds of fun Halloween-themed stuff throughout the store. Candies. We watched the episode a few weeks back. The toy department's killing it right now. It's great. Of course, I want to mention we've got the International Wine Festival coming up November 9th. Tickets are available. You can follow us on Eventbrite, and you can find out about new Junglejims events coming up. You can buy your tickets there. You can get more information on our website or just go to junglefests.com. Do all that good stuff. I'm hoping to see you there. Working on a very fun outfit for it. Looking forward to that. That's all I have these days is a potential excitement about a new outfit and food. And speaking of potential new outfits, how about an outfit from Chicago? And this is where I conveniently introduced Jayna, returning guest of the show. What's up, Jayna?
Hey, Mark. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm alive. I made it.
You did. Congratulations.
Thank you
We are all
so
very
much.
glad to have you back.
Oh my gosh, I'm glad to be back.
Good.
Like I said, it's been a weird year, but we'll figure out one way to get through it or another. We have a fun day lined up for us. So anytime you get something new, I get excited because you reach out to me and you're like,
Yeah.
Mark, I got a bunch of new stuff. I have a feeling our crazy person Lou may have also been involved with this a little bit, just
I
knowing the
think you're
location of where these came from, right?
Correct.
So what are we
Yes.
trying today? We got folks. Hi, everyone. We're live in the store right now.
Hi,
They're waving
guys.
back to us. What are we trying today? Let's walk through this lineup a little bit.
Yeah. So today I'm going to have Mark try some new sausages that we've gotten in. The brand is Green Ridge.
You can hold it up to the camera
Naturals.
while you're talking if
Oh,
you'd be
yes.
so kind.
Oh, sorry. Not a very good spokesperson.
It's okay. We'll fire you and deal with it after the show's done.
Oh, I do this pro bono. He's not paying me. I promise. I'm just doing this for
refuse
free
to.
lunch. So the new line we just got in is called Green Ridge Naturals. It's a nice line of sausages, bratwurst. There's chicken sausages. We got meat sticks. We're trying 4 different varieties, all very different today.
Cool.
First one is a smoked bratwurst. We've already cooked these up. They're all fully cooked, which is awesome. Mark is eating right now the smoked dried pork stick. So these are big old
that's
guys.
good.
Yeah. There's 5-6 varieties of these guys. It's kind of like how would you describe that?
It's the hybrid baby between something like a Slim Jim
Yes.
and a real sausage.
Yes, thank you. That's actually exactly how I would describe that. Yes.
But Slim Jim really only in like shape.
yeah, not the texture.
You know what I mean? It's
Yes.
like it really tastes like a sausage that I'm just
does.
like, oh, that's a snack sausage.
Yeah, so this is the pork stick that we're trying. There's a veal and pork, which I think is pretty cool. I don't have any. This is the first veal retail product I've had in the deli. There's a jalapeno and cheddar.
I think
There's
that's
a
the one I've
black
tried
forest.
before, by the way, is a jalapeno and cheddar. It goes pretty hard. There I am, just stepping on everybody.
No,
again.
you're good.
I'm just excited. That's all the
there's a
problem is.
chicken variety too, which I love chicken sausages, and I just tried that one yesterday and today. And
Pretty solid.
They're good. It's really, really good snacking item.
This tastes great.
And the price point on them are really good compared to other places that you can buy similar items like this, I was told today. So
Oh, I love to hear that.
try these out.
You love it when a customer says that.
Well, it was a coworker, but close enough. I mean,
okay.
they buy them somewhere else, and
That
she's
is
like, "Wow,
true.
you're cheaper."
Yeah,
So,
no, it's
even
funny
better.
to think about that when you're like,
Yes.
I know I'm a little biased. I'm paid to say it. I'm actually paid to tell the truth, which is what I like about being here.
Yeah.
But it is fun when other people are like, I shopped another store and it was way cheaper at Junglejims.
Yeah, it
I'm
makes
like,
my heart happy.
Hey,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
All of you out there don't trust me. I'm earning this man's trust right now.
And then we're also going to try their smoked bratwurst.
Yep.
This is a Black Forest sausage with pepper jack cheese.
That sounds interesting.
It does. And then this was my pick. This is one of 3 different chicken sausages that they offer. This is a spinach and feta chicken sausage. which sounds really yummy.
Yeah, I'm pretty
So
excited about that one,
they're
too.
all fully cooked. We just warmed them up in the air fryer, and they got a nice, snap on the outside. So
Yeah, I was surprised how well that actually came out. I was
Yeah.
like, and none of them burst.
Oh, that's good. I hate
The
it when they burst.
jalapeno cheddar one was bursting in the package a little bit, and I was like, "Oh, this is hitting." I won't
full
say
of
it in case,
flavor.
but yeah, right.
Yeah.
So what I like to do whenever you bring me, that is good, right? Yeah,
This is good.
it's got kind of like I don't want to say hot dog flavor because I don't want that to
No.
put it bad, but it is like in like
The realm.
yeah.
It's
If
in
you
the
were just
realm.
like hi, if you were just to ask somebody to describe the taste of it, it's like sort of how if you said sausage, that's the flavor I
Yes.
taste in my brain.
Yeah.
But it is good,
This
and
is
you
a
have to
good
keep these
high-protein
refrigerated,
snack.
though, right?
Yes, they do need to stay refrigerated.
Yeah, I didn't know that's the difference. Hey there, how's it going?
There's
We got a lot of people in the toy department today. You all, if anybody gets anything cool, you can interrupt the show once. But
Yeah, good protein snack.
well, what I like to do when you
Sticks.
bring new stuff in is I try to find some interesting things that I've discovered recently in my life.
Which I love. Thank you for that.
Yeah. What'd you say? You bring the brats, I'll bring the bevs.
Yes, brats and bevs.
I feel like we should make you try this one. I tried a little while back. This is my last can hidden in there. Let's see, we got a stack of Funko.
Yes.
All right, we
Oh,
got
I love the
Tony
Penny- I
Stark.
love the
It's a nice
Pennywise.
crossover
The Pennywise
between.
is nice.
They're all WB products. It's well, I guess Tony Stark's not, but I see Batman, I see Pennywise.
Raven.
Heck yes. Oh, that's great choices. Oh, we
Very
love
cool.
it.
Very cool.
See, this is the kind of fun thing you can expect. Yeah, you can imagine the competition's not letting me yell at customers as they walk by with toys. That's so cool. Well, okay, so this is the last of my. And thank you all for coming in, by the way.
Yes, thank you. Good to see you guys.
It was this is the Oreo and Coke collaboration. So Coke and Oreo teamed up, and they were like, "What if we took two incredibly caloric dense products and made them
Zero sugar.
calories, zero sugar?"
Isn't
yeah.
that the only way they made that was a zero sugar
It was
version?
only as a zero
That
sugar.
is the weirdest thing
So
to
I'll
me.
give you the can. I mean, I've had it plenty.
I'm scared. I've heard it's terrible.
So there were cookies too.
Yeah, I didn't get to try this
I'll
either.
describe the cookies. So the cookies I preferred. Everyone else was like
gonna drink
against
out of
me.
a can.
That's fine. I've had plenty of it now. I had the first 5 of them. Wait. Make a noise.
Oh.
I just wanted to capture your face.
Oh. That literally tastes like a... This is black magic.
It's a very...
I don't hate it. I
No.
thought I was going to.
Same.
Oh, God. That really does taste like an Oreo. Like, not just like the cream filling. That tastes like the cookie itself, where it's just like the slightest bit salty. You know what I mean? But in a good way.
When I first tried it, I did the move my tongue around my mouth thing because I was like, are there cookie crumbs in this?
You would almost think.
I mean, for a split second,
That's
what's funny is
crazy.
the longer you drink it, the less of the cookie flavor, at least I got. And it kind of just tempers down to
Oh,
like...
it is mellowing out just a
right,
little
it's like
bit,
kind of
yeah.
like vanilla Coke now. And I'm not against that either. I would say out of all of the Coke creations that they've tried, that's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be revolting.
What's funny is like I thought that was like decent, but it didn't.
Yeah.
Again, it's not replacing my daily driver.
No.
But it was a way. It's incredibly accurate. You know, it tastes like that.
It is.
Now
Yeah,
the cookie was interesting because it was like the one side was a traditional chocolate Oreo cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had a cream that had some Coke syrup in it as well as Pop Rock. So you got like that
I heard
little
that,
effervescent. That was
yeah.
fun. And then the top one was like I guess the vanilla Oreo wafers.
Okay. Oh, they were two-toned?
But yeah, but it was red, and those also had Coke syrup in them. So I personally just want a thing of just the red cookie, no cream, nothing. It was
Okay.
like imagine like a vanilla
They tasted
Coke flavored.
different?
Yeah, so it's like you had like regular Oreo on the bottom,
okay,
and then
and
you
then
had like
the
Coke
Coke-infused
Oreo
Oreo.
on the top, and then they had the Coke syrup in between.
I wish we were still selling those. I'd like to try
You
those.
can find them at other retailers. We had them for
I
like
only shop here.
3 hours. Yeah, well, you might have to go on campus. The UDF has little 4-pack.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that was cool. So
All right, well,
I-
thank you for giving me your last can of the Oreo Coke.
Oh, of course you had.
appreciate
I
it.
waited. I felt like this was serendipity. We knew it had to be that way.
Yeah, that's crazy. They did good with the flavor, I'm telling you.
And
Yeah.
zero sugar is pretty impressive.
Yeah, that was a weird choice.
I love these episodes.
Me too. They're the best.
I feel relaxed.
I do
I'm
too.
like, oh,
Good. I'm glad.
we can actually
I'm
try new products and have a fun, genuine way.
Right.
I think maybe before we dive into the dogs, because then we can talk about the mustards, because you also have, we grabbed a couple Green Ridge Naturals mustards as well.
Yeah.
I have a organic spicy brand. You can tell the organic are in the sexy shaped bottles.
Yeah, the
and then
womanly
you have
shaped bottles.
Yeah, and then the champagne honey mustard is how I wish I was built. And that's natural, but it's not organic. But I'm curious about both of those flavors.
Yeah, there's 11 different sauces that are I'm selling there right with the sausages as
so
well.
many.
All kinds of different mustards,
Yeah,
a
sounds
mayo,
like
horseradish
Chipotle
sauce,
mustard, for example, the
a red
horseradish one.
pepper mustard,
They all
chipotle
sound
mustard.
good.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're great. Well, we'll find out through these.
Perfect.
But I wanted to dive into, I think we should do the back-to-back cider tasting.
Yeah, let's do that.
If you're cool
so
with that.
you brought a cider, and then I was like, no, we have to bring it.
We're going to do a whole cider episode, by the way. I have this orchard I grew up near in Jersey that I literally, even though we get great cider here, I ship this to my house.
Do you really?
Yes. And
You
I'll
love it
bring
that
some
much?
of it in. It's
Okay.
The one thing, let me check this one just to see if I'm being a jerk. No, actually, this one might hit in a similar way for the same reason. So this is the one I've got in my hand is from Berlin Heights, Ohio. It's from Burnham Orchards. When you look at the ingredients, this one has exactly what I wanted to see, which is just ingredients, assorted whole apples. So, for example, the place I go out of Jersey, it just has one ingredient, apples, maybe water, but I think it's just apples. And it tastes incredible. And I've yet to find one that really hit for me the same way. Now, of course, I know things like nostalgia can create a bias and all that stuff, which is why I'm going to do a whole cider episode. But I thought today, well, here, let me just pour us a little. I thought we'd try the regular first.
Because there's some chunkies in there. I see them. Yeah.
Heck yes. That's the best part. I want a little sediment on the bottom. We did pop this, right? So the air is in there?
Yes.
Okay, let me give it a little. There we go. This is the part people come for. They're like, I wonder how well Mark shakes a container. What parts of him shake along with it? Okay. So I thought we'd start with the plain, and then you were talking about, why don't you talk about the other one you had there? This is a...
Yeah, this is a Blake's brand. I was told this came highly, highly recommended from our produce department, which is where they sell it. It's Blake's brand. It's a salted caramel apple cider, and I am a sucker for anything salted caramel, so I really wanted to try this one.
I'm curious. I am a bit of a purist when it comes to certain things, right?
Okay,
I'm
we'll
like,
try it.
yeah. So here's the first up, the Burnhams. Pretty great.
It's good. It's real clean.
Very appley.
Yes.
I believe the packaging.
I do too.
I still think in my head the Delicious Orchards one is better.
Oh, I love apple cider. It's so good.
We've talked a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no. I meant and just on the
thing.
show where it's been like, it gets outlawed at the end of October.
Yeah. Yes. Absolutely. Which is so sad.
It's like chocolate peppermint on December 26th.
Gone.
They're just like,
I don't want to see it. Yes.
You know what I mean? Have I already spilled on my white shirt? No, I haven't. That was pretty great. And the reason I wanted to try the plain first was to compare. Sorry, I didn't mean to give you such a heavy pour.
I know. I feel like I should flip it over
you
now.
should do it. We should do a flip cup to do it. If you'll pour that one, that would be lovely. Right. Meanwhile, I'm just going through all these other drinks. Orange Jayna came back in recently. Like, I don't think they have US.
Jayna?
Yeah, Orange Jayna came back in. And it says, with the pulp on the side. But it's all en français because I don't think they have American distribution anymore. So American people, you should buy this more often. I love this. It's like one of my favorite things.
I've never heard of that.
Oh, I have another bottle in the fridge. You should take it with you when you leave.
You just give me all the good stuff.
Yeah, I do that usually. And then we'll talk about the other things if we even get to them. That's why I'm always waiting afterwards. I went to this place this weekend on my way back into town. This is like this one here is XXX root beer. It's in West Lafayette, Indiana, and I was driving back from Chicago, seeing the matches this weekend, and they were like, "Oh, I'm a sucker for root beer anyway, and I love a cute little stand. It's like one of our things." So I stopped and I was like, "Okay, well, I got to go check this out." And the food was great. They have they've been on diners, drive-ins, and dives.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I was like, "Okay, I'll try this thing." And they had their whole shtick was they have a cheeseburger with peanut butter on it.
Ooh, I've heard of that. Did you try it?
Yeah, it was.
Was it good?
Look, I'm a casual peanut butter enthusiast at best.
Okay.
I don't dislike it, but it's like such an overpowering flavor. For me, it's like one of those things I kind of only eat as peanut butter, if that makes sense. I'm like, okay, toast and peanut butter, whatever. But otherwise, I usually don't mess with it. I'm not a Reese's fan for that reason.
Okay.
I'm not a fan either because someone will be like, how do you hate it? I'm like, that's not what I said.
Right.
This was magical though. So I think whatever peanut butter they used was not particularly sweet. So it played with like it just added like a little nuttiness to the whole thing.
Okay.
Honestly, I can't get over how good it was. And it was
Really?
just a great like diner smash burger anyway.
I gotta love that.
And the root beer was so good. And I'm talking with this guy. I was like, oh, I bet we sell that at my store. He goes, what? Do you work in a grocery store? I was like, I work in the grocery store. Thank you.
Of course you do.
And he's like, okay. You know, I was like, sorry, it probably doesn't mean anything here. But anyway, very excited about that.
And we saw that here. That's awesome.
Yes, I was excited. I had to bring it in just in case.
Very cool.
So, all right, what are we doing now?
You want to try this salted
I
caramel?
forgot I was like, yeah, we poured a whole thing.
See
And I
if
got
it,
lost
let's
in the
see if it
sauce.
lives up to its reputation.
You're right about the smell. You know what I want to do to this?
You want to add a little? Yeah, it needs a little oomph. It's good.
It's caramel flavored juice, not.
Yeah.
I barely get the apple.
Yeah, agreed. It's very sweet.
Paging AJ.
Top me off.
Of course. Now I bet it rules.
Probably.
That's the drink.
Yeah, so you just have to mix those two together. Yes.
Just a little more. It's not awful.
It's not, but it's not appley enough.
Exactly. It's just
It's a little more water.
And Blake's products across the board are great.
Yeah, their hard ciders are great.
It's like salted caramel apple cider.
Yes.
Is how it's
Whisper
the best way to describe it. Yeah, it is. It's really, this is the LaCroix meme where they're just like, oh, somebody in the next room whispered in an apple orchard.
Mm-hmm. The caramel flavor is good. Yeah.
It tastes real.
It does. Yes.
And it's not super duper sweet. It's not like over the top sweet. So if you think that might be up your alley, I would say try it. But I think I'm just too much of a cider purist.
Yeah. Yeah. You want more of that apple.
I just want to taste apple. I mean, it's the same with I like the pumpkin stuff too. I'm like, I want to taste that flavor, not the adjacent flavors.
The
like
cinnamon and the nutmeg and everything.
Sure, but I want the pumpkin to be number one.
Agreed.
You know, and in this case, same with the apple.
Yes.
Well, when I do the cider off, I'll bring you back in because I have another shipment
please
coming
do.
in.
I would be. Do you really?
Yeah,
I'm
I'll order.
excited.
Last year I ordered I think 3 times because they ship them frozen and they won't ship like west of Illinois because they're like we can't guarantee it'll stay fresh. But they ship it frozen. It's like 4 paper cartons.
Okay.
And then, I think I still have one left because I got one before Thanksgiving. I think I got one before Christmas. And I swear I ordered like one more the early winter last year because I was like, I'm still in cider mode. Let's go. And I'm pretty sure I stashed it at my mom's house. Shout out, Mom, for
Mom. Hi, Mom.
being successful enough to have more freezer space. You got 2 freezers. Oh, that's crazy. Amazing. We're off to a great start today.
We are.
Well, I'm going to get rid of this, and then I think we should start diving into our mustard game.
Yeah, let's do it.
Which one would you like to try? You know, you were really excited about the kale.
The chicken. Yeah, the spinach and feta. I love a chicken sausage.
Let's do that. And I think,
let's try it.
You already opened these, didn't you?
I did.
What a pro.
I know. I try.
I think I'm feeling.
You going to go spicy brown? I'm going to go champagne and see what happens.
I think the champagne is going to be one I use on the...
you know what? We'll do the same. So
you don't have to if you want to do it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I'm also doing this is how obnoxious I'm going to be about it too. Is I'm only going to
mustard me.
Yes, I'm only saucing like 3/4 of it, so we get one plain bite as well.
Yeah, that's a great idea. All right, cool. So this is the spinach and feta. I'm going to try a bite without mustard.
It did the same thing.
Look. Yeah.
That's amazing. Where did that go? Oh, I see some.
That way. It went.
I see it on the table,
It went that way. Yep. Sorry about that.
It's probably on the pumpkin. Oh, it is on the pumpkin. Oh, my gosh. Don't zoom in on that. I'm going to zoom in on it. Oh, my gosh.
Sorry about that.
Oh, gosh. That is
amazing. It went everywhere.
Love it. My favorite soda is Squirt.
Squirt.
Okay, so it is. It's really good. Although I'd say, have you tried Ting here?
No.
The Jamaican one?
No. I'm a, what's the other one? Fresca.
Fresca. Oh, Fresca rules. Do they still make it?
Yes.
I feel like I don't see it often
it's over
anymore. All right, so for you notes, plain bite, delicious.
Yes. Lots of flavor.
A surprise, and the cheese tastes very real, which almost never happens in these kinds of products.
And I can taste the spinach too. What do the kids say now? Bussin'? My 10-year-old
they said that like 2 years ago.
He would punch me if he heard me say that.
Which is why I'm sending him that clip.
Yeah, sorry, Logan.
It's good with the spicy mustard too.
Yeah.
I think that was the right call. That's great. That is like,
Ooh, look at the cheese pocket I found.
right. That's what I was going to say. So my first bite had a big pocket like that. I was like, oh, that's real cheese.
We need napkins. Un momento.
Oh, yeah. Here, I'll talk and then it should cover you long enough to get, oh, just kidding. It'll cut to my camera anyway. Thank you. You're welcome. We planned for this and then.
We did.
This is, so I was like, I don't know if I'll finish every sample. This one already, I was like, well, I'm probably finishing every sample.
Yep. Good stuff.
The spicy brown, I think, was the right pair too, if I didn't say that already.
That's a nice mustard. It's not overly spicy.
No, it's like a better version of, what's the famous one? Golden's or whatever. I like that as well, but.
Sorry about your pumpkin.
Right?
Yeah, good stuff.
I love it. We're off to a good start today.
Look at all the cheese in
There's like, I know, every time you take a bite, there's more.
crap.
Well, what's really funny too is you can kind of see it on our, you can see it much better on your jalapeno one, the second from the middle there. Look at the hole in that one too. Same thing.
Dang, it's like a cavern of cheese.
Yeah.
This is my kind of sausage right
It's
here.
like a Swiss sausage.
It is. Good stuff.
So much liquid in this episode. I'm definitely peeing it shortly afterwards. That's where we are. Welcome. This is 40. Did you drink 64 ounces of liquid back to back?
Do you go to the bathroom like constantly now that you're 40?
No, not constantly.
I do.
Do you?
Oh, man.
I'm mostly joking about it, but I will say, the thing is,
We're
I try
talking
to
about
pay
this.
attention. No, that's what podcasts are for. No, I thought about it. And at one point I went to my doctor. I was like, should I be concerned? And he's doing the whole like, well, you're getting older, all that stuff. And then we're like, track it. So I was like, okay, so you start. What I ended up learning, the spoiler version of the story, is that I'm just intaking kind of an absurd amount of like, especially water early in the day, and I'm off to the races. So if you're constantly drinking stuff, that might be it. And so they were talking about, they're like, okay, take like a 12-ounce glass of water when you wake up, right? Go to the bathroom as soon as you wake up, 12-ounce glass of water. If you're around like the 90-minute, and again, this information could be wrong, but I'm repeating what I was told. I'll say it that way. But they were like, if you're around 90 minutes after that you have to go 90 minutes to 2 hours, that's like a good range. So track that kind of thing. But then also go, if you're like, I'm not drinking 12 ounces of water when I wake up. I'm drinking literally a 30-ounce tank at wake up. And then I'm like, oh, great. And then I fill it up again to take to work. So I'm 60 ounces in by like 11 o'clock.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, so it was one of those things I was like, sure, maybe I am going to the bathroom a lot, but I'm pretty sure I'm putting away like 200 ounces of liquid a day. And then, of course, and I'm not even counting the stuff I sample ounceage-wise. I'm like, oh, how much should we try there, Crazy. Anyway, the thing I found out this summer is that I am in much better health than you would guess from looking at me, which is always great news. What's that?
Stop it.
I didn't mean it. People are very not nice to me anymore. So
you all better be nice to Mark.
It's okay. I don't want them to.
There's always
you know
trolls.
what? I'll best them by being better.
That's fine. That's all you can do.
Which one do you want to try next? I think we should alternate and go maybe the smoked. That was the
smoked bratwurst.
Smoked bratwurst. Okay.
Yes.
Dang. And now I'm like, do I go spicy mustard again, or do I go?
I don't know. You want to do the?
You know what? I'm just going to try a little squirt of this real fast because I think I don't know what it's supposed to taste like. Can I have one of the forks?
Yeah.
Can I have one of our tasting forks? That's great and sweet. I definitely stand by my thought that it'll go great on the spicy one.
Okay. Oh, that smells really good.
It's very good. I thought it was going to be a little more Dijon-y. It's way more like honey mustard first with a hint of
do you want to do the
champagne.
spicy brown on the bratwurst?
That's what I think might be a winner too.
Let's do it.
Yeah. I think the catch is spicy brown mustard is so versatile. Oh, shit. Well, whatever. I'll wipe a little off. Here you go.
Thank you.
I want that first bite unfettered.
This one shouldn't explode.
Famous last words.
Those have natural casings on them. You can taste it, like that nice snap.
That intense bite, yeah.
Yep. It's a good brat.
Yeah. I don't get as much brat as I thought I would.
No.
It tastes more smoked sausage. Yeah. Not mad about it. Yeah, the sweet one would have been too sweet for this, I think.
I think so. I think you're right. Good call.
I just did a little dip.
Good stuff.
I had to fight with that one a little bit.
Yeah. A little tough on the outside. That casing's a little tough.
Flavor's great. Mm-hmm. I would say just temper your expectation if you are trying to go full brat flavor.
I would agree. More of a smoked sausage flavor.
I like that, but I'm not finishing the sample today because I want to make sure I have enough room for all of them.
Agreed.
And then I'll finish
But the chicken
it off.
one was too good. I had to.
The chicken
I want
one,
another one.
Yeah. I would, out of everything we've tried so far, I would instantly make the rest of that pack. I'm going to go sweet on the spicy guy. What was this one again?
This is the Black Forest sausage with pepper jack cheese.
That's right.
And we're using the champagne honey mustard.
That's what I think. That's a good idea. It's got to have a little zing to it. Hopefully I'm not wrong.
Let's find out.
I think realistically, the spicy brown would be great on every dog. But.
I think so too.
What's the thought?
Okay. Well, I'm
You
dripping
good?
mustard everywhere, but the pepper jack cheese you can absolutely taste. That's got a good flavor.
And again, it tastes like real cheese.
It does. Yeah, it does.
I don't know what that is in like a lot of mass-produced cheese. Like, you see like better cheddar dogs or whatever. It never tastes like cheddar.
No.
It just sort of like salt
little
goo.
cheese nuggets kind of, sort
Yeah.
of. Yeah. That's good with the sweeter mustard on it.
Plays with the pepper jack pretty well.
The texture on these is really good too. The casing is still a little tough.
Yeah, and that could be a thing about the air fryer
Yeah, I might have crisped them up a little bit too much.
or just in that weird zone that's like not enough.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like another minute.
flavor's great. One more bite.
We'll let you take that dog. I left that sample too. Again, I would say that was my second place though.
Yeah, agreed. I
And
concur.
then what do we think should go on the last dog? Do we think it should be which
And we should try both.
Oh, yeah. We'll do a line of each.
Yeah. And this one is the, I didn't bring one of those. This is just their jumbo franks. And
Yeah.
you can see the size, I'll hold mine up, the size of this hot dog. They're huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's not going to give us too much of a hard time with the casing either.
It might. It's also natural casing, so we'll see.
I do like that though.
I'm going to skip the bread.
Skipping the bread.
Skipping the bread.
Keto dog.
Yep. That's me.
I want a handle for food. That's why I'm here for buns.
Oh, I heard that snap over there.
That's a good Frank. Dang, we got a lot of good hot dog options in here.
Yeah, we do. Oh, that was a little too much mustard.
Which one? A little too much of the heat.
Yes. Too much horseradish. That is a good Frank. Texture's good.
We love it. Mm-hmm. I should have brought this up a little earlier, but you started to tell me off air. There's like a story behind this brand. I know they're from Chicago. Mm-hmm. I'll wait until you're done chewing. Mm-hmm. So I understand that this brand is from Chicago. It's probably family owned.
Yeah, two brothers started it, and it's based in Chicago right now. I can't remember when it was started,
That's okay.
but it is Chicago based right now. So that's why
cool.
Lou found it. You know,
Always giving up to Lou. Well, and Lou, I mean, we've had a lot of dog related episodes around Lou. He's bringing all the good Chicago sausage based products in.
Yep.
The Sausage King of Chicago. What's his name? Abe Froman.
Yeah,
Yeah. So ridiculous. I didn't even like that movie.
neither.
I don't think I'm a John Hughes fan in general, now that I think about it. Home Alone works, but someone else directed, so that might be part of it.
Correct. Who directed that? Do you remember?
Yes, Christopher Columbus.
What else did he direct?
that movie about getting pregnant with Hugh Grant. I can't remember the name. I think it was called 9 Months. He directed 2 of the Harry Potter movies.
Thank you. That's what I was going for. Yes. Yes. Can I tell you a secret?
Yeah, of course. Please, over the loudspeaker.
I have an unsubstantiated hatred of Hugh Grant. I hate him. I don't know why.
I love this. Tell me more. Sorry, Green Ridge. This is the story. This is what we're here for.
I don't like a single one of his movies. His face irritates me.
Okay, I can see that a little bit.
I have no reason for this. I just never liked the man.
You should watch that one that he has either just come out or is about to come out where he's the bad guy, though. And he's like a creepy guy in a house that like...
Really?
Yeah, he like... captures 2 young women or something like that. I don't know. It's like every indie horror movie now is just like a young girl goes to a creepy man's house. Is he actually a bad guy?
I didn't know.
And if it's not that, the other plot is, what if we were the ghosts?
Oh,
right.
Yeah,
that's like every indie horror movie right now.
True.
And you know what? I'm here for it. I forget what it's called though. I'll have to look at the trailer. But yeah, I was like, oh, Hugh Grant, a creepy role.
Yeah, that's
weird.
weird. That is very weird.
Yeah, I can see the Hugh Grant dislike thing. I mean, I don't have much feeling on him either way. I really liked when he showed up as Daniel Craig, but what's the character's name? Benoit Blanc or whatever.
Oh,
and
yes.
He showed up as the boyfriend in the second one, whatever those are called. Can't remember the name, but I had fun with the movie. A Glass Onion was the second one. The first one was called Knives Out.
Knives Out, yes.
Yeah. A Knives Out movie. I think they're going to turn that into an anthology.
I like those
series.
movies.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I saw somebody yesterday saying that the next one should be a Muppets version where famous actor Daniel Craig is murdered and Benoit has to solve the murder of famous actor Daniel Craig.
With the Muppets?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
I mean, I just want to see Daniel Craig doing his Foghorn Leghorn impression. Well, I say over here, we've got too many murders in this house. You know?
That's spot on.
Dude, the first time I was like, is he doing Foghorn Leghorn?
Kind of sounded like it.
That's amazing. Yeah. He's like, what if Foghorn Leghorn was a little... And I'm like, yeah, let's go, dude. I mean, who says he wasn't, you know?
I love Dave Bautista in that movie, too. Glass Onion.
I forget. I honestly forgot. Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in that.
Yeah.
The one I was taken back by how much I enjoyed. And she did something that I'd love when movies do this, especially someone who's watched so many like I have, where you kind of forget you're watching an actor.
Yeah.
It was, what's her name's daughter? Kate Hudson.
Oh, yeah.
She is so annoying and perfect in that movie. And everything about it, I'm just like, man, you are the character you're playing.
Yes.
And I kept watching. I was like, Kate Hudson's annoying. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, this is like a movie. I kept doing that thing where I was like, oh, I love when that
means she's doing a good job then.
Cast is great. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, how do we get to that? Oh, Hugh Grant.
Yeah. See, I hate a Hugh, but I love a Hugh. So
yes.
It evens
well,
out.
Yeah, even out. I don't have a good one because, well, I can tie into your Hugh, but the guy that's kind of been on my S list, as it were, is Ryan Reynolds.
Why? Is it the Mint Mobile? You don't like the Mint Mobile?
I love mint in general. It can be in chocolate flavors. It can be in a cell phone.
Why the Ryan Reynolds hate?
His shtick seems so forced. And that rubs me the right. You know what it really is, though, for real? When he first showed up, I was a huge Jason Lee fan and not a fan of the guy that runs our pet department here that may or may not be staring in the window right now. Do not buy your pet.
Mike's not a
I
tuba.
love Mike.
He's a what no. Mike's not a cello. Mike Ocello.
Oh,
I say Mike's not a cello. He's a
I bet he came back. He has something with him. He did not appreciate that pun. Everyone give it up for Mike.
Yay,
Go
Mike.
check out the pet department. Always doing great stuff. We just celebrated Neighborhood Pet Store Day the other day. I refused to come in for it.
How dare you?
Where are we going? Oh, Ryan Reynolds. Oh, so huge Jason Lee fan. Jason Lee, a lot of people might know from like My Name is Earl.
Yep.
He was a former pro skateboarder, like one of the early guys. It's like one of those if his film career had not taken off, we might know his name the way we know Tony Hawk's name for that, right?
I don't think I knew that.
Oh, he's incredibly talented. Does all kinds of stuff. And now I think he just like rehabs antique furniture or something silly like that in between. I know, we just met him at Horror Hound the other night.
Nice.
But I was a huge fan of what he did in Mallrats for Kevin Smith. And his character, Brody, is pretty much, I swear, they're both Canadian. I think there's something to this conspiracy that I've like concocted, is that he's just doing Brody from Mallrats in every movie.
Oh.
And I didn't like, and look, he's probably a great guy. clearly talented. He's successful. No shade. But he's just one of those people that whenever I'm like, so when they were like, aren't you excited for Deadpool and Wolverine? I'm like, 50%.
I still haven't seen that.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm surprised. I figured you would have been there opening night.
Well, my 10-year-old is too little to see that movie,
That's true.
obviously. And
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to go to the movie theater by myself. So
Oh, we should have invited
I'll
you.
just, yeah, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks a lot.
you're welcome.
Because I heard there's a shirtless Hugh Jackman scene that's going to.
That is funny. And look, there are moments it's funny because I think I've painted myself into this. I hated that movie. I didn't hate it. It's just, for most people, that was like the highlight of the year. And I was really looking forward to it being fun. And it was still kind of fun.
It was okay.
It's just not, I'm just not the audience. Like, It's like a weird thing where I'm like, I don't know. There was a time some of the humor feels a little dated. I think about it in the second Deadpool movie, which was like 2018. He kept making this dubstep jokes that didn't play well in the movie and felt dated then.
Yeah.
And I kind of felt that way about this in a lot of regards, where it's like, oh, can we get somebody to say a bunch of offensive things? That's hilarious. And I'm like, I guess.
It's overkill after a certain point.
Yeah, and it's like, don't get me wrong, like the occasional blue, like some of it, I don't want to be like, I hate all of these things, but there is that part of me. I'm like, I thought I was going to love this. And then I was like, it was fun.
It was all right.
I had fun with I had more fun driving to the theater with my friends.
Well, that's good.
I hadn't left the house at all, pretty much.
That's
so
true.
I was just like, oh my gosh, I forgot I love a car. No, leave the trash on the floor. It's fine. I need to feel this. But the ab scene in question, you will love it.
I'm sure.
It's impressive.
I purposely have not seen like any spoilers because I don't want to ruin it.
Dude, Ryan Reynolds was spoiling the movie like the weekend of.
I heard.
I couldn't. That's another thing. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? How can you do that to your fans? I'm doing this all for the fans, unless you didn't see it in the opening night,
Correct.
in which case,
yes.
I had, he spoiled one of the fairly big cameos that I was like, that really like would have truly blown my mind in theaters. Like, really? This person's back.
What a jerk.
I know.
Jerk.
Yeah, and so when I met Jason Lee, it took everything in my power not to bring the conspiracy theory up because I
would have said.
Genuinely like and respect him. And it was one of those terrible moments. This happens to me all the time when I meet like not just celebrities, but like anybody that's important. I feel like I'm always next in line after the most insane person has gotten their chance.
Yeah.
This guy's like, here's a picture of me dressing up as Brody from Mallrats at this thing. Here's another picture of me dressed up as Brody at Mallrats at this event. Here's a picture of me dressed as you as my name is Earl at this event. And he's doing the, oh, that's nice, buddy, kind of energy, which we've all seen it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm waiting in line like, oh my God. So then in my head, the whole time I'm just like spinning the wheels. I was like, okay, Mark, you don't not be yourself,
right.
but also make sure that you're not the next weirdo that this dude has to deal with already.
Yeah.
So instead I was just like, what is this like? And he just, it usually disarms them because I'm just like, yeah, I know what movies you're in. It's fine. I literally had the chance to buy the picture. Mm-hmm. How weird was your time in Cincinnati? And he opened up instead. He told me this whole thing about how they like flew him in, Anyway,
you connected.
I was hoping.
You were not the next
and
weirdo.
I was waiting though, and I was like, I think I might be able to drop this little stinger in here. And then it was just not enough time. So Jason Lee, obviously, I know you're a huge fan of the show. You probably don't want to confirm it on air, but if you could just maybe DM me, tell me if I'm insane or not. Ryan Reynolds, you too. Just confirm this. It's fine. I saw Van Wilder. I know you're just doing a bad Brody impression. It's fine. Cool. That was it. We made fun of Hugh Grant. I think we hit a lot of notes today.
We did.
What other fun stuff are you bringing into the daily? I know you got a whole new line of hummus showing up, right? Was that Esty?
Yeah, a new line of hummus, really cool flavors. That's located in our hummus cooler there in the
Baba
deli.
Ganoush.
Yeah, we've got Baba Ganoush. We've got a new tzatziki, an everything bagel dip, a lemon fava bean dip. That's new. Really nice packaging, so I'm excited about those. I've tried their pesto hummus, killer, super good. Yeah, I've never had a pesto hummus before. And then the kitchen, our wonderful kitchen staff is making, we've got bone-in chicken wings again, which we haven't had in ages.
Probably since before you and I worked here, honestly.
No, when I first started, we did have bone-in wings that we sold behind the deli counter that we would get for you.
Oh, I didn't even know about that.
And then there was that whole chicken wings shortage.
And chicken wings went up to like $8 a pound.
Yes, yeah.
And now they're kind of almost back to normal?
I think so, yeah. But we've got some bone-in chicken wings, a couple different flavors. There's a mango chili and a hot barbecue and a sweet barbecue. And then chicken tenders with sauces as well. And those are located right below the deli counter.
Like to the if you're facing it right to the right of grab and go, right?
Yes. Yep. Right
That's
there.
cool.
So yeah, try out some chicken wings. They're Tyson brand, so the quality is
Nice.
good.
And they look good too.
Yes.
They have some were breaded, right?
Yeah.
That's always wild to me. I had breaded wings for the first time I felt like in maybe my entire life. I went out one night. We found there was and I'm blanking on the name of the spot now. I'm very sorry, but they were doing an all-you-can-eat wing night.
Oh, nice.
And that was crazy. And the thing is, they use big, thick breaded wings.
Yeah.
So all you can eat is just the first order. It's honestly
They're getting their money
brilliant.
out of you. Yeah.
Yeah, and mind you, we went in with a pro mindset. I was like, I'm at least having 15 wings tonight because it was like 10 for the first setup and then 5 for each one. I was like, I just want to try different flavors. And yeah, we were like power eating through the first, and the three of us, I went with a couple, a group of brothers I know, and the three of them, whenever we get the Simpson boys together, it's always an eating extravaganza. And so we're all like, how are we winning this tonight? It's crazy. Even crazier, you couldn't take leftovers.
Oh,
so you couldn't. So I was just like,
that makes sense.
So it's funny because I was like, I have like 2 giant wings left on this plate. And they're like, all right, throwing them out. I was like, do it. Like I felt like I was in like a standoff with the wait staff where they're just like, I'm going to throw them out. I'm like, okay, I can't eat this. I don't want to. I signed it. Yeah. I'm sure people always let me get it in a box. It's like, oh, just the last 2. It's totally fine, right? You're like, and let me order 5 more. That's what we need to do. All you can eat wing night. What's a weird deli thing we could do together here? What would be a weird stunt, Jayna? Let me put you on the spot.
We're still talking about doing the world's longest deli sandwich.
Okay, that is definitely. I think that's happening. I think we just missed the timeline this summer on it. I think me disappearing for 10 weeks.
Yeah,
didn't
thanks
help.
A lot. I'm glad you didn't die though.
Yeah, well,
yes.
I sometimes go back and forth. Like I did learn a couple cool things. Through the physical therapy journey, I have this machine coming, and I may. Look how relaxed I look on camera. But I never feel this relaxed in here, so I'm doing this for you. Thank you, Jayna.
You're welcome.
But it's called a Motus device, and it's going to help me do more of my leg flexors that I can't really do.
Good.
But we regained a surprising amount of muscle, like motion,
Good.
in an area where for most of my life it's like barely moved like this to now it's like.
So maybe this was a blessing in disguise for you, bud. You just had to like almost break your neck.
I just had to almost break my neck, ruin everything that was good and exciting. I mean, I didn't ruin it, but I had to be a party to watching everything collapse around me. And then I'm like, oh yeah, back to work. Let's go. Everyone here was great about it. Truly. That was like the funniest part. The funniest part would be like talking to my mom. Yeah. And she's like, is this okay? And I was like, what do you mean? They're like, well, you've been at home for weeks. I was like, yeah, that's what happens when you get hurt. And so I was kind of like, yeah, no, they're cool. It's like, I think sometimes my parents are just like, oh no, you're 12 and you're just going to walk out on a job. I'm like, why would I walk out on this job? Of any of the jobs I've had, I think sucking a human waste from an airplane would have been the job I walked off of, not the one where I eat hot dogs for a living.
Very true.
What are you guys thinking?
Very true.
Yeah, so good times. Great. Yeah, but you learn a lot of those modes. So anyway, I am kind of hoping for the future. It might be nice on the flexor. I'm debating installing it in here.
Okay.
Because I'm here more than I'm at home.
That might be a good idea.
And I could just start doing that there. It'd be fun.
Nice.
I like this thing. I've been itching to do an eating contest. It's not me personally. I just want to host it. Yeah. But I was thinking about one of the things I watched while I was gone was what's his name? Joey Chestnut face off against Kobayashi again. Yeah. And it was disgusting.
Yes, it always
is. But then I remembered people love that.
Oh yeah, it's a spectacle.
Look what we did with Pickle Wars.
Remember you in the bathtub full of chili?
Yeah, I mean, I was there. It showed up on TV again recently. I was
did
like,
it really?
Yeah. I did a really great show early this summer that just released relatively close to the time of this episode coming out. Yeah. Called Top Vegan, and I was the guest judge on the second season premiere.
You didn't tell me this.
I swear I told you when I went and did it in May.
Oh, you didn't tell me what it was called though.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Is it like Top Chef but for vegan chefs?
Yes, literally. So it's all vegan food, and it was delicious. And here's how delicious it was. One of the dishes I tried on that show was so good that I thought about it all summer. And no joke, like so the premiere was last week, and as I was headed out to Chicago on Saturday, I was like, oh, I just happened to see a post from one of the chefs. They're like, hey, if you wanted to try my special from the premiere this week, I'm running it at my restaurant, or I don't know if it's his restaurant, but a restaurant he cooks at. To try not to be reductive or incorrect at the same time. It's a terrible life. And I was like, I got to stop on my way. So I stopped on my way out to Chicago to eat this. It was unbelievably like fresh made vegan pasta. Okay. Which I was telling Jimmy about this and he was like, vegan pasta, huh? And I was
didn't know that was a thing.
I honestly, well, not only was it I didn't know it was a thing until we even thought about it out loud. I was like, oh yeah, there needs to be eggs. I wonder what they use. Yeah. Maybe like aquafaba or something like that. That sounds like that might be the move. But not only did I think that was a thing, but No, I lost the train of thought on that one. Not only did we think
Vegan
it was
pasta.
vegan pasta. Anyway, he made it in 75 minutes on the show. Like the whole dish, because it was like a time, you have 75 minutes in the kitchen.
Yeah.
And I joked with him. I was like, I don't think this is going to work in 75 minutes. And then it was like probably I think ultimately maybe the best thing I had that day.
Nice.
Or at least the thing I thought about the most.
Okay.
But fresh pasta, instead of doing like a meat filling, it was all mushroom based.
I love mushrooms.
Oh my gosh. And it was so rich in flavor. He made this like fresh sauce. I'll post pictures of it.
Okay.
Maybe I'll post it here too. But it was great. And the place was a really cute little spot. It was called Nicole Taylor's Pasta. Nicole-Taylor. But it was just like a cute little artsy looking pasta shop where they're making all kinds of cool fresh stuff.
Nice.
They had me try this. They did a fried cauliflower appetizer. And it was like not breaded fried, but just, I'm assuming pan fried, whatever. And they pickled apples to go with it.
Oh.
That was crazy. I was like,
Okay.
I don't think I've ever had a pickled apple.
I haven't either.
And it was so good. It makes sense now that I had it. I was like, oh, that's a thing we should do more often.
Right.
So that's why I've been thinking about all these eating challenges. I'm like, what could we do more interesting? Should we make somebody eat the world's largest sandwich? Do you need a refill?
I do need a
anything?
refill, please.
I know
Thank
we didn't
you.
even bust into the sodas.
We didn't. I don't know. I mean, my first thought was something that would be entertaining to watch, but not entertaining for the people that were doing it. Like a hot sauce eating challenge would be vile.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was thinking like a big bowl of wet spaghetti. Not like wet water, but like pasta sauce.
Well, yeah. We could do anything. You could sit in a bathtub of hummus if you wanted to,
I think hummus goodness would be all about that. She
they
loved
would.
me.
Yeah, she did love you. Yeah.
That would be so weird. But I think next time we should just do
like
a
wet
false
cement.
bottom. You know what I mean? Just like do it,
We went full force with that chili on
It
you.
was-
And you had just started here too. We didn't know you then.
Hey, that was the
Yeah.
funny. I will never forget. I'm like 4 months in, and I'm like, Jimmy's helping squeegee me off in my office.
Yep. That was a great day.
It
Very
really
great
was.
day.
It was a lot of fun. I remember. This always cracked me up because, well, I mean, you know Jimmy fairly well too. He is very. How do I say it? I mean, he's a foodie at heart in all regards. And I knew it was a fun day when he called me later and was like, "I'm at Gold Star right now." I was like, "Why?" I mean, I love
get
them,
enough.
but it was one of those things where I was just like, "You like this?" And he goes, "I was just caught up in it today." I was like, "I love that
That's
so
awesome.
much." It was so adorable.
That's
I love
awesome.
it. That's like one of those great things. And I'm tying that back into why I'm happy to be back here.
It's good.
So
We
good.
got good people here. Eating challenge. We'll have to get back on that.
We'll come up with something. Maybe
Yeah.
Green Ridge will come in and, we don't need Chestnut. There's just some guy here in town. We'll get Mullet Review back in.
Oh, I just watched that. Yeah, you guys were
he's great.
entertaining. Yeah, that was great.
He's a lovely
Yeah,
flower.
he's quite hilarious.
The whole thing is great. I love these guys. We had him and we had another guy, Magic, in from TikTok recently. He was also a lot of fun and just
Nice.
trying a bunch of stuff.
Good.
Yeah, I love meeting people like that who are like just pretty genuinely invested.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole thing. Well, I mean, I could probably talk to you off there about this, but I was going to go on the world of influencing is about to burst. And I think it's all going to change. We're going to go back to,
You think so?
I think so. I think
Part of me hopes so.
I have no real, I mean, some people will technically call me one and I don't think it's wrong, but I only don't love that because to me, whenever I watch most content around that, it just feels a little forced.
Yeah, agreed.
And like, I think maybe it's because most of my gigs are unpaid. I'm just like, no, I genuinely like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously not here, but like, I'm also not paid to have a feeling here either way. Like I remember early on, Jung was like, don't be a jerk, but be honest. I'm
Right.
like, oh yeah, I'm not a jerk, so we'll be safe. I'll be like, that's not for me.
You
but
were a
you
jerk
should
once.
try it. Was I?
At one time.
What did I? Oh, at the trip.
Still hate you.
Oh my gosh, everyone! I can't tell this whole joke, but I got Jayna with maybe the best, and it was one of it's a good burn when it just comes out and it's like another person said it.
And everybody around us went,
yeah, and I am just laughing, and I'm like, I think our friendship's good enough to withstand this joke.
it almost ended.
It almost ended.
Almost.
Yeah, in
So
a parking
close.
lot. She was taking swings. It was great. Mm-hmm. Wow, what a good trip.
But other than that, you're a peach. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
In that you can find I'm hairy and easily bruised.
Hey, you said it, not me.
I don't have to. But you called me a tool on here once. Remember?
I wasn't going to bring that up. I just thought about that.
That's good. We have a lot of good
You're a
quotes.
huge
It's a
tool.
quoted quotables would be our subject on Jeopardy.
Yes.
All kidding aside, Jane, it's been a pleasure. Is there anything else you want me to bust into while we're in here?
I don't know. What else?
I'll just shout out some things, some favorites. So I've been playing around a lot with the Wild Bills. What are they called? Craft beverage company. I was going to say sodas.
Did they have they were here with the food with
yes. So
car
they come to
show,
all
right?
kinds of,
Okay.
and they show up at all, the first place I ever tried them is I love this pumpkin festival pumpkin show in Circleville they do every year. It's like one of my favorite fall events. And they always brought a thing out to it. And like, yeah, you just buy a mug from them and then you fill it up.
And you fill it. They have sarsaparilla, which I don't even know what that is, but
they can it too. It's like old timey root beer. It's in the ballpark of the family. They have that. They've got birch beer. I'm a big birch beer guy.
Never had that either.
So they're all, if you like root beer, they're all kind of like cousins. Okay. But they can all of them, and at some point they started canning them. They brought in, I think we have a Wild Bill's fridge here now. I think it's over right by the Johnny Bravo and all that. Their grape soda goes crazy. They have a rocket one that just came out. I know I brought up the Triple X root beer, but I'm really hot on this. What's funny is last night bought a bottle of this to bring home and a bottle of Dog and Suds, which for long-time listeners to the Jungle Gyms podcast, we did 2 summers ago, a root beer bracket.
Oh, okay.
Which was a lot of fun. A friend of mine, his son always did it. So I was like, let's go. Let's try them all. And we ended up crowning Dog and Suds our winner, which is still great. And this is really close. I drank them back to back yesterday. I was like, wow, these are both awesome.
Yeah.
But I was really glad to find this in here. I just now want a peanut butter cheeseburger available here to match with it. I'm telling you, Jayna, the kid pouring it was killing me too. He's just like...
The root beer?
Like just getting crazy, just and it was like some Cocktail the movie type stuff. And I'm in this tiny cramped diner in West Lafayette, Indiana. Like, I don't know if I'm safe, but the root beer is really, really good.
It's good.
I regretted having as much as I did because then I was like, I got to get on the road home, and it's only another 2 hours or so. It was not 2 hours. It was like every 13 minutes. I was like, I should probably hit another rest stop. So I became very acquainted with all of the gas stations on I-74.
Nice.
It's pretty cool.
Nice.
We love a gas station. So, I want to bring that out.
I love gas station bathrooms. They're the best.
Yeah, if you get a good one.
Every once in a while, you'll find a gem.
I'm bringing this one out, too.
Yeah, what's that one?
I'm just excited about this. If you're a Dr. Pepper fan, and I feel like the Dr. Pepper people are fanatics.
They're hardcore.
They're in all the way, right? Yeah.
Yes.
I think of an ex of mine who... I swear, I think I only ever saw her drink Dr. Pepper. And I was always so impressed. And she's like in pretty good shape. I was just like, is everything cool? She's like, yeah. Like smoking a cigarette, sucking up Dr. Pepper. I'm like, all right, okay. I was like, do you ever have water? I hope she's doing great. I mean that genuinely too. But this brings me back to a memory where years and years ago, it was really hard to find cane sugar versions of certain sodas.
Yeah, they were hot for a second.
And there was, so Dr. Pepper, I learned all this against my will. No, there was a plant in Dublin, Texas, and they were called a Dublin Dr. Pepper, and you could ship from them pure cane sugar. It was like the only factory that Dr. Pepper still had that was doing it that way. Okay. So anyway, I'm not really sure. When I looked at the back of this one, it really doesn't have a lot of, it just says produced under the authority of Dr. Pepper 7-Up Incorporated in Frisco, Texas. So maybe they're just doing it bigger and better in Texas. But if you like Dr. Pepper, I think this is the best way to drink it. I mean, it tastes, I hate to use the word fresh when I'm talking about like a chemical soda.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I'm curious to try it.
Yeah, it is really good. Get it nice, ice cold.
I like the old timey bottle look too.
Me too. And you know, this is like a stupid thing to be excited about, but there's like, it's hard to see, but there's like, the glass, like the, not embossed, whatever the opposite version of embossed is. Raised.
No, embossed. Yeah.
Is it? Okay. I thought embossed was only if it.
No, engraved is if it's
the other way. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then, yeah. It's great.
Yeah, that's
though.
cool.
It's a little it's a logo. I love the old timey branding. So anyway, I'm all about that kind of stuff. I know I talked about Orange Jayna. All right, let's rank some stuff and we'll call it today.
Let's do it.
What were your favorite on the sausages?
Oh, the chicken with spinach and feta. That was killer.
Yeah, I will crown. That is the one. Look, they were all good.
Yeah.
But the chicken one, you want to hold it up to camera one more time for me and say it again, Jayna?
This is the Green Ridge brand. It's a spinach and feta cheese chicken sausage.
I want to try that other one was kale and Asiago, right?
Kale and Asiago.
I bet that one's good too.
There's just a smoked chicken sausage, so no extra flavors out of that one, and then a sun-dried tomato and basil, which I bet would be really good too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, lots of flavor in
the
this.
sun-dried, I would probably use that with a pasta. I'd probably cook it up and then like as...
Killer. Yes.
It sounds good.
Yeah, that's my
We'll
one.
add it to our pasta eating challenge.
Yes, I was just going to say that. Yes.
Can you imagine? And we have to serve it in that giant steel bowl you and I ate the terrible cereal out of.
the terrible cereal.
I really don't think, we were talking about that yesterday in passing. I really don't think I've had cereal since.
Seriously?
Seriously, I really don't think I have.
I have. But not that cereal.
Maybe I'm lying, but like, I don't think, not knowing. Like,
I've literally just got goosebumps just thinking about that
it was
slimy
bad.
cereal.
It was so slimy and so gross.
It
And when you were like,
was.
oh, try the one that changes the milk color. I'm like,
Yeah,
no,
there's a new Halloween Captain Crunch. It turns the milk green.
I'm not doing that.
And there's orange Rice Krispies. They're getting crazy.
It's weird how as we go further and further down the let's not have any more dyes in our food that like some companies
red
are
dye
like,
number 40.
Yeah, they're just like, well, let's put it in everything. It's so ridiculous. Whatever. At least we have all the access to the great stuff here. That's what I love
We
about
do.
Jungle.
Yes.
And well, great work today, Jayna. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for letting me sample all this stuff. I would definitely agree. The chicken sausage was the winner, and I'm going plain Burnham's cider. And then when I have the cider episode soon,
I agree with you.
I'm going to have you come back,
yes.
and I'm going to have you try the delicious orchards.
I'm
one
excited to
back-to-back.
try that. Yes,
It's
that'd
really
be great. Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of those. I'm like, I think they're too independent for us to carry. I'm probably too far away.
Probably.
But
hey,
it's
we
so good.
get things in here.
Yeah,
You'd
and
be
I feel like we
surprised.
know people.
We do know.
But I would
We know
feel
some
bad.
people.
What if nobody cares about cider the way I do, right? That's why I never
You'd have
push
to-
products on us. I'm like, hey, do you all think this is a good idea? I tried it and liked it. I'll leave it that way.
Yeah.
And I'll push everything. But you know what I mean? I never want to be like the, hey, you should definitely have this in your department because
I like it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I pushed you a little bit one time on a product, but I don't think we have it.
Trying to remember what
Yeah,
that
no, we won't say it
was.
on later. I'll tell you
Okay,
afterwards.
Yeah, remind me later.
Yeah, for
Okay.
sure. And it was like one of those where I was like, oh, but it was also a product that I was like, this is a generic enough of a product that other people do buy this thing. Will they buy this specific
Okay.
version of it? Right.
Got it.
So I'm trying always to be sweet, if nothing else. Wow. On that, it's been a pleasure, Jayna. Thanks again.
Thanks for
coming in.
having me in and taking the time and feeding me lunch.
Yes, of course.
Appreciate
And
it.
well, looking forward to everybody come in and try all of these sausages. They're now available in the deli. If you need help finding them, we can help you out. We got them in, and we have these outside of it, but we also have the charcuterie deli too. So don't forget about that. You can get fancy meats, cheeses, all kinds of fun stuff. Go see Jayna and her team. They're really
Yes,
great
please
people.
do. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Of
it.
course. And now that I'm done lying about them,
I ain't never coming back.
I ain't never
I
coming
ain't never
back.
coming back.
We're all William Montgomery this week. On that note, folks, I appreciate you all checking out the show. Thank you so much for your support. I look forward to seeing you next week. Always taking your suggestions. Podcast at junglejims.com. You can send me your requests, ideas, thoughts, whatever you want. If you have a manifesto, you can probably send it there. I might send that to the authorities, though, depending on what it says. I have thoughts of my own. But on that note, thank you all so much for watching the show. And in the meantime, I'll see you out in the aisles.
The Jungle Gyms podcast is recorded in the WJJI studio inside Jungle Gyms International Market in Fairfield, Ohio. The Jungle Gyms podcast is produced and hosted by Mark Borison.